Well, Hannah, I want to thank you today for doing this collaboration. I won't say collab like I have been saying, so you don't, but I just said it. I'm not with all the modern
Oh,
terminology.
I know. You're so old, and I'm so young.
But you're catching up to me pretty soon.
I know. I know. I have to ask my team to.
I know. The other day I was thinking, well, 63 doesn't feel as old as like what I remember my mom being 63. And then thinking in 20 years, I'll be 83. And I'm like, dang, 20 years goes by fast. And I'm wondering if you still don't really, like, in your head, you don't feel so old.
I don't think you do.
I don't think you do.
I think that's part of the problem.
It's like, whose body is this? Anyhow. But anyway, we sidetracked. But no, I want to really thank you for sharing your channel with us, sharing your scrapbook pages and your memories. But I do want to say I appreciate how you put your artwork into scrapbooks and remembering the little things and the big things. You're a great storyteller, Hannah. So you tell wonderful stories through your pictures. And I hope that inspires many of you this holiday season. It's a great time to start, wouldn't you say, December?
Definitely a great time. I mean, there's never a wrong time to start. I think sometimes we got to get out of that mentality that like we have to wait till a certain time to do it. Like I know a lot of times we want to have all these things at the beginning of the year, but when you're thinking about it, if you want to do it, just start that day. If that day doesn't work out, then work on the next day. Sometimes even just having like a little notebook where you just write a couple of thoughts of something that you want to remember, you can get back to. I know I have a bad memory, so that really helps. Especially during the holiday season of things that I want to remember, I'll just jot it down. I'll keep a little holiday notebook, and then you can like have a little bit of fun if you're sitting and watching TV and you want to like draw a few, if you're a doodler or whatever, like you can do that and jot down a few things. It doesn't have to be really complicated. And I think that's the thing, is it doesn't have to be really complicated. You can just do small bits, and then that's just the start. I know for me, it started like on Instagram. I would share a picture and just like a thought. And so like even doing something like that will help you with that, just that starting of it. And then as you get going, you can add more as time allows and stuff. But thank you for allowing me to come on your channel and to share what I do.
I was going to say probably more than ever, right? Because we have the pictures on our phone. We have like so many opportunities to like, I mean, we do have it captured on our phone, but it's a whole different experience. Talk about that a little bit, the different experience between just, that having that scrapbook journal. I mean, it might be obvious, but.
So I'm a very tactile person. Like if I'm reading, I'd rather read a book than do it on my iPad or tablet. But so I think finding the way that is going to connect with you. So, and this is one thing to think of, is there is a lot of photo editing and photo things that you can take your photo and just make a digital something. There's an app called the Project Life app where you can put your photos in like a spread. So you can add photos, and even in that program, or you can go on Canva and create just like a card where you, a 4x6 or a 3x4 card, where you just write, you can just journal. But there's so many templates and stuff that you can do. You don't have to be really crafty to do that. You can do that. And then from there, you can just print them off. Or if you just want to keep them on your phone, that's fine, if that's what works for you. But I know I'm a tactile person, so I like to, I think there's something about taking those photos off my phone so that I can see them, because sometimes they get lost on your phone. Like, I don't know how many photos you take, but if I'm taking a lot of photos, I have probably almost 20,000 photos on my phone.
Wow.
I have a lot of data on my phone too. But, and this is not just from 1 year. It's, like probably almost 10 years worth of photos. Maybe a little bit less than that. 2018, definitely, for sure. But so for me, it's just taking some of the photos that I want to remember and printing them. You can easily do that at home now. So, and on my channel, I definitely have some videos on there that kind of help with like getting printing multiple photos. You can also look on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and just say, printing photos from home. I just use a Canon. I have a Canon. I have one of the, no, I have an Epson. It's one of the bigger ones that you get at Costco. And, you know, you can put photo paper in there, and there's that option, and you can print off different sizes. And that's where sometimes the apps are really helpful. You can print off more than one photo at a time, so you're not figuring out like the dimensions.
When you we might have talked about this, but I forgot. When you do scrapbooking, do you always have a hard copy photo, or do you even like do it on like paper, like a paper, like print out from your phone, just like on regular paper? Or
I use photo paper most of the time. Sometimes I'll use like a presentation photo, because then it's matte. You can get matte photo paper, but they're basically the same. Yeah. So I think it's really knowing what printer you have in Google or YouTube, what paper you have, what printer you have, and what kind of paper works well for doing photos. I find that glossy tends to be a safer option. Oh, okay. Only because if you're someone who's not tech savvy, so if you're tech savvy, then it'll be a lot easier to switch up the papers. Okay. But if you do it on regular printer paper, it's not going to turn out very well. The colors aren't going to be vibrant and stuff like that. And sometimes, and this is just a heads up, if you take photos from like Facebook, or any kind of social media, know that they're going to be downgraded a little bit. So if you print them, they might not be as clear, but in the end, that photo is being taken off of that device and you have it in person. And like I said, if that's not something that matters to you and you don't mind having it in your phone, do that. Take the time to look through your phone and remember those memories. I know that's why I like to post things on Instagram or even Facebook, because then I can go back and look at it. And Facebook is really good at going, hey, remember 2018, you posted this photo. And you can look, can look back and remember the photos that you've taken. Yeah. And if you just take an extra minute to just write a little blurb in there, that's a way that you're remembering what is happening. Yeah. Because we all have photos in our photo box that says Aunt Marjorie or, the cookie lady, and that's all you wrote, right? Yeah, like you're like, and
what year was that?
If you're looking at your grandma's photos, you're like, who was Aunt Marjorie? I don't know who Aunt Marjorie was. Like, especially if it's a nickname.
Your second cousin's aunt's mother-in-law or something.
Well, and I actually did a layout once of, my grandma, so your mom, had a lady in the neighborhood who had made chocolate chip cookies. I remember you guys telling me the story. And I think you said you used to go over there. It was like a neighbor, and she would bring.
She used to make all kinds of stuff.
And and you had a picture of her, and I believe I did a layout about that.
Oh my god!
So like these are things like these family stories that like getting them, and you don't even have to have a great photo. I don't know the lady, but I just thought it would be fun, to go back and just have those memories, because we all have those stories where, you're sitting around the holiday table and you go, hey, remember, that person down the street, or remember this story. And so just taking the time, and like I said, it can just start with being on social media, on your, or even in your photo album, on your phone, you can put information about that photo. And you just take a minute and just write something so that you'll remember the memory that's attached to that. So it's not just a photo anymore. It's that whole memory. Yeah. But you have to be intentional about it. So
yeah. Well, and for my generation, the baby boomers, we have boxes and boxes and albums of old photos, and we really I feel like this could be so therapeutic. I mean, I am an artsy, crafty person. I love to do craft. I love to cook. It's all like therapeutic. Most of the time it's not work. Sometimes it's work. Okay. But, but mostly it's like therapeutic. And if you're a creator, you just got to be creating something. Yeah. So I really speak to baby boomers like me. We could keep ourselves busy for a while, so.
On weeks that I don't get crafty, I don't go in and play with something crafty, I definitely am short-tempered, and my memory's not working as good, and the aches and pains of the week are just hanging on a little bit more. Yeah. So you know, finding those things that you love that kind of fill your cup, especially around the holiday season, is so important, you know? So it's like, it's not even so much about finding your own, like, that time to be memory keeping. Like, I love that. That's the thing I love to share about, but it's really about finding that thing that sparks joy in the life and making sure that you're doing, as long as it's safe. Right? I mean,
well, and it's a legacy. You're leaving a legacy for, because now when you document that, and your great great grandchildren, who you might not ever meet, they're going to have a history. You know, they're going to have a history to really. So that's another nice aspect of that. So Can you think of anything else, Hannah, that you wanted to share?
I can't.
Okay. Well, we are going to put the link to
both of my channels. I have my business channel, which is a lot less of me and a whole lot of other things. I also have a podcast, so that those episodes are up there. Some of the podcasts are on Spotify and Apple Tunes, but but not all of them, because just the way
Okay. Is it all of the Crafty Maven Getaway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. It's all the Crafty Maven Getaway. So if you put that in, you'll find me, because I believe I'm the only one who has that one.
I did a link on my Christmas decorating. If you haven't caught that video, Decorate With Me 2025. But I put a link for the Crafty Maven Getaway. So they will only get the one thing, or will
that just goes to my business channel.
Okay.
There are process videos on there. It's a whole it's a big collab, because that channel started off as a collab channel.
Oh, okay.
With tons of scrapbookers and memory keepers and artists from around the world. So you know, if you're looking for people of all different places, I know we have quite a few designers from Australia. We have quite a few from Canada, and then throughout the United States. So when I started that, I actually lived in Hawaii. So there was me, and we had a guest designer who also was from Hawaii.
Oh, that's right.
Who did a video on there. And so there's a lot of that, and then the podcast and some like smaller tutorials and stuff that I've worked on this year. But then if you go to my channel, which is Hannah Lopez, that's where all my stuff is. It's a lot of mixed media, memory keeping. I do a lot of stuff around the holidays. I haven't posted a lot this year for the holidays, because it's just been so crazy busy. I've been working on more business stuff. But
I don't know if we mentioned too in our when we were sitting down going through the book, because you do have a business they can buy kits.
Yes, I have a store that has kits. This year I was putting out monthly kits. I think next year we're going to do bi-monthly kits. So every 2 months, a kit will come right to your door. You can sign up. It's a mixed media kit, so it's full of mixed media products from different companies, and with some other little like paper, more leaning on the scrapbook mixed media side, but other items that you can use to make a few projects. So it's not like a page kit, or like there's not a special craft that you'll make. It's just something to kind of get your feet wet, especially if you're not sure what kind of mixed media stuff to get. So there's paint, like texture pastes, inks, stencils, like different stuff like that, sprays, different things that you can use to make projects, but not a specific project. So there's those. So I have ones from March we had a small kit. So about March to this year, I had 2 months where it was like a double kit. So I did November and December. That's a double kit, and that hasn't shipped yet. So so that's just a heads up.
They can get that.
That is on the craftymavengetaway.com. So that's my store. There's also tons of the products that were in the kits. You can get individual and some scrapbooking items from some different collections and stuff from different companies. It's not a big store. It's just run by me. So but there's definitely stuff. There's a lot of more mixed media based stuff, like paints and sprays and stuff, and pastes, and then some like sequin mixes and some stuff like that. So
Okay.
Tons of different craft stuff.
We got you hooked up. So if you want to get into scrapbooking this year, she's the gal to help you get started with that. And just thanks again. And we're gonna wish you all Merry Christmas. Keep watching to my channel, Back to Home with Doreen. I'm gonna try to do 10 days. Well, this will be within that 10-day period of videos. And we're gonna do stuff like some crafting, some cooking, some celebrating. And we will see you soon.
Bye.